Karen, I'm going to quote Stein on composition. No, you know what? Let's do loving repeating. Let's talk about repetition. So then I'm going to start with Karen. We'll see if Lily wants to add anything. And why don't we get the mic to Ray, who is going to make a cameo appearance on this. So Ray, we're talking about loving repeating. And loving, I guess I want to ask you, Karen, when I finish the passage, what loving is. And then we'll go to Anna and Max and some others and Ray. Here's Stein on loving repeating. As I was saying, loving repeating being is in a way earthly being. In some, it is repeating that gives to them always a solid feeling of being. In some children, there is more feeling in repeating, eating, and playing. In some, in storytelling and their feeling. More and more in living as growing young men and women, and grown men and women in their middle living. More and more there comes to be in them differences in loving repeating. Loving repeating in some is a going on, always in them of earthly being. In some it is the way to completed understanding. Loving repeating then in some is their natural way of complete being. This is now some description of one. I love that last line. Can you get us started on a discussion about the relationship between loving and repeating?
Loving repeating, am I on?
Yeah.
Loving repeating is procreation. It is the
So you're
act.
going right to that.
I'm going right to that
Okay,
because,
Karen.
This is Stein saying that, you must have the lineage extended. So this is part of the composition.
Wow. So let's move away from Stein for a second. Let's as she's encouraging us, let's move to daily life on being on the earth. And what is good about repeating? I mean, I was raised to think of repeating as boring, repeating as redundant, repeating as insistence, repeating as annoying. You have to talk right into the mic.
The idea of the term loving repeating reminds me in botany of alternating generations. And plants have an extra cycle in their reproduction, since Karen took us there, of sort of doing another cycle that repeats, that ensures that the resulting species will have a better chance of survival. And that's why plants have lived for so much longer than animals have.
So what is it? Sorry to cut you off, but I'm intrigued by this idea. So now we move to the world of human beings and social interaction.
Right.
So in the world where ideas have a better chance of survival if they are repeated many different times in many different ways in many different contexts, would you apply the same kind of to that from the species level to the social conversation mediation level?
I think so. I think that the repetition part of the cycle introduces just enough variation so that there's newness in the thing before it moves on to the next level. Enough newness that it gives it added survivability.
Right.